Shireman, Brown, and Garza, three of them have never started a playoff game.
Yeah, but the three of them have started games this year, so this whole
series returning in game 4 and then leading the team to game 5 and 6 wins, both here and back at home. Jaylen Brown's the first rebound. Get it up ahead for the talented rookie. B.J. Edgecomer takes it coast to coast.
And that's when he first basket.
Number 77 in his first game 7 at just 20 years old has been a huge litmus for this Celtics. As White missed the 3, the struggles from the outside continuing for Derek White, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Garza.
coaches take risks. This is game 7. No Jason Tatum. This is a lineup that Nick Nurse.
Possessions have been 3 threes. They know what they have to do. Take advantage of the situation.
Paul George attacks and recovering now defensively as Brown goes to work. And nobody was home, out of bounds.
I think that's the delay of game.
It is a delay.
That
demonstrative
road. 6-0 run here to start this game.
Back down Embiid, outside Edgecombe. George. Oubre wasn't ready for it. It's a turnover. Boston on the run with White. Looking to get on the board with Brown. Good defense by George. Get it up ahead. Embiid knocked away by Harper. Shireman. And a foul is called.
Those are the plays you have to make when it's a game 7. You can leave no stone unturned.
And that's out of bounds off of Brown.
Whole nother level.
Tyrese Maxey averaging 26.3 points per game in this series on 44% from the floor, playing in his third game 7. Bounce it for Edgecombe, and it's in the game 2 win here at TD Garden. His communication with Shireman and White. Boston still just trying to get on the board here in game 7. Shireman outside, 4 to shoot. White lets it fly.
That's a desperation shot by White.
Maxey doesn't have the response. Embiid couldn't corral it. Brown knocks it up in the air. Numbers the other way if they hurry. It's Harper on the outside. And now Numbers back the other way. Embiid on his high horse. Bounces it for Maxey.
And get some easy ones before the Celtics can settle up defensively.
Brown pulls. And he missed the pull-up to check in next dead ball. And expect a heavy diet of him offensively here tonight. Oubre. But Derek White, who has really struggled shooting the ball, but he's talked about remaining confident, doing all the little things. Oh, he nearly traveled, but he won. Jason Tatum had 51 points, a Game 7 record in the NBA, to help his team advance past the Sixers again. Harper checks out for Pritchard.
A little chippiness going on here early on, Jamal.
Game 7.
1 for 7 start for the Celtics, a 1 for 5 3-point start, as the Celtics have really started the last 2. Third turnover already here for Philadelphia. 2 turnovers against Boston, make it 3.
Themselves between Pritchard and Garza.
2-man game, Maxey and Embiid. Bounce it, Oubre behind the defense. Double figures for the 76ers. Can Brown find an easy look? Pritchard was a star in game 4 on the road, and he gets right to the rack.
Score big, Jamal.
He's going to have to. He is their second best scoring option as Embiid gets fouled.
This match on Shireman. Back him down. Double comes. Embiid looks for the open man. Oubre extra. Edgecombe with another 3. And it's in and out. To it. Full rotation for the 76ers. They've got 7 assists on 7 made field goals. Boston playing without Jason Tatum, but they do have Peyton Pritchard take advantage with Maxey. Garza's playing with 2 fouls. He's still in the game against Embiid. Embiid wants to go to work. Right at Garza. Inside Oubre.
I get behind the defense, get a basket.
Joel Embiid is 0-3 in game 7s in his career as Garza flings it a little 4 assists in the first 6 minutes.
Oh, what a pass.
And now Oubre couldn't finish it. And Joe Mazzulla, Celtics head coach, has said it's been the stupid ones, the silly ones at the 80-foot mark near midcourt that have taken him out of games. Pritchard looking outside for White. Deep 3 is up and down.
Really struggled in this series.
That was Peyton Pritchard with the snake dribble with Embiid in the drop coverage to have the lane to pass it to him.
I really don't, because he can get that shot anytime he wants.
Brown still looking for his rhythm, and he finds
their first possession.
Maxey outside Oubre. Good look, but he can't hit the 3. On the board, out there with Pritchard, Tata, White, and Shireman. Brown pulls. And he's fouled by Cold and waved him off. Said, no, I'm good. I can stay on the floor. See how much trust he truly has on him. Number 1. We saw him do it after Tatum got hurt last year when he tore the Achilles in that loss at Madison Square Garden. Boston came back here. They're 32-0 and leading 3-1 in the series. The Sixers are 0-18. They can make some history tonight. Embiid can't hit the three. Reload now with Pritchard, 10 to shoot. Calling for the screen. White will use it. White will step in. It's an offensive foul, and that'll.
Now he potentially going to pick up another one right here trying to guard Embiid.
Double being shown by Hauser. Embiid still goes right to work with the fade for two.
So do you double, Reg? What do you do?
They are doubling. He's picking them apart.
And now Maxey on the run with numbers. Bounce it. Edgecombe, who can fly inside for two. Back up to a 10-point lead. Philly led by as many as 11 early on. Brown, attack and slam.
Aggressive. He knows he has to set the tone. Rotate him out there. Give your teammates confidence by going to the basket.
Maxey floats it in. Assists. He and Embiid have a combined 10 assists in the first 9 minutes. It's White.
Two full high screen in a roll, and you chuck. I like the threes when they penetrate, get into the paint, collapse.
When you add it all up, players on both these rosters have been in a combined 45 Game 7s, 45. Jaylen Brown leads the way with 8, and this will be Tyrese Maxey.
Looks real comfortable early. Both of you guys played in 5 of these. What is it about getting ready for the game as Walsh fires and comes up?
Now in the Game 7, every possession matters. Every loose ball, miss free throws, miss assignment.
To balance that and still be productive and be free on the court.
Again, if you're just joining us, no Jason Tatum, but Coach has said he's found his joy in playing again. And on his 36th birthday, he has it knocked away. Pritchard on the run. Walsh, the open man. He'll tee it up.
Handed a superstar like Tatum.
He caught it in his wheelhouse anyway. That's where he wants to be.
George, not that time. Tatum with a screen. Pritchard, love it. Tatum does the
rim. Nice find there by Pritchard.
But you see a clear message, Reg, by the Celtics.
Third assist for Pritchard. 14-second difference between the clocks. Embiid right into Tatum, and he
killed that big like Reg.
Look at all his catches, though. They're right at the free throw line.
Yeah. Incredible moments. End of clock. 4 seconds. Pritchard drives on George. Stops on a dime. Lost the basketball, and he won't get a shot off. The Sixers first quarter here in Game 7. Hugo Gonzalez has played just 6 minutes in the series, but is in there to start the second for Boston, the 20-year-old rookie from Spain. Derek White on the bounce. Stop, and a foul's going to be called on Drummond.
Back to the bench.
Tyrese is just laughing it off. Meanwhile, we talked to Joe Mazzulla before the game, and he said something interesting. Zora Stevenson at 1 through 6, but he said, just because we score the first 2 points doesn't mean we're going to win the game. Case in point, he said Game 5, when they were up at home by 13 in the third.
Year when in that Knicks series, in those games 1 and 2, when they were up big, and the Knicks
4 minutes away from ending the series in Game 5. The defense from Gonzalez. Maxey on the second effort. Tough fader goes down.
This is great D. Better. Oh.
That's why I said defense is overrated when I was playing Reg.
With Andre Drummond and Quentin Grimes out there with Maxey and George. White, Pritchard, Kata, Hauser, and Gonzalez, the 5 for Boston. White on the attack, stop on a dime and float it in.
But it's less ISO, Reg. They're going side to side and then attacking, so they're getting cleaner looks.
Joe Mazzulla said our defense will go offense, and it is.
Tatum came back.
White with it. Harder. Maxey with 7 to shoot. Fend off. Bounce. Edwards, no space. 2 to shoot. Edwards, tough one. Doesn't go. White thought about it. Now it's Kata on the outside. Oh, the drive, and Kata.
Play right there.
It was the fake. He faked out Andre Drummond.
Got some energy. They've attacked the basket, already matching their paint points from the first quarter here in the second, as George is fouled on the outside by Derek. Philly looking to regulate a little bit here. With Embiid still on the bench, it's George on the face-up. George will try. Nice. The crowd momentarily. White, a lot of movement, a lot of energy. Looking back for Kata. Instead, White's going to take. Can't make it. Embiid his return, but his minutes have been valuable as Maxey floats it up with short.
That looked like a Noah Eagle type of shot. And a little flip up right there.
Yeah, it was just because I was so small.
That was crafty.
It's Pritchard on the outside against George. Off the screen. Snakes his way through. Pritchard, bounce it. Kata, the patience and the slam.
And better finish.
5 assists now for Pritchard. Step back, Edgecombe, well short. It doesn't look like he's going to take it. Maxey in for Grimes. Quick trigger. In.
Queta.
Shield. Shovel. Oh, Queta is fouled before the shot.
On the floor.
Delay of game warning against Philly. So now each team with a delay of game warning. Oubre and the rookie Edgecombe. Pritchard. An array of moves. Cross on Embiid. Pump. Second time. Floated up. Pump.
He knows how to get a bucket.
10-2 run. Embiid outside Oubre. Open look. Embiid on Gonzalez. Oh, in between two. A wild attempt. A chance to make it a one-possession game here for Boston. It's White. The three.
5 of 8 from the field. 16 for White.
And the Celtics are doing this with no Brown on the court and Tatum out.
Offensive foul.
Oubre takes it.
Man, his energy.
But they're doing this, no Jaylen Brown.
A chance to tie or take their first lead of Game 7. White is fouled by Oubre.
Put him in the to get a Game 7 in your building.
Pritchard escapes. Boston lead.
Simplified the game. They were just putting pick and roll and go to work.
Embiid can't respond. Grimes.
My bad about the block out that allowed Grimes to come all the way in and get that offensive rebound.
1 on Shireman. Third team foul against Boston. Embiid, since coming back in, quiet. After that roaring opening quarter. Maxey, and a foul's going to go on Gonzalez. Jaylen Brown will check in. Hugo Gonzalez, look, he might just be 20 years old, but he played for Real Madrid, one of the top clubs in the entire world. Oh, Grimes! Quentin Grimes to go back in front by 1. Now it's Pritchard again. Looking to shield on Grimes. Spin, step back. Pritchard just in and out. Got hit in the face. 4 on 5. Edgecombe loads it up and sticks a 3.
Game 2 here.
Became the youngest player in NBA history to have a playoff game of second quarter in a crowd. Squeezes through. Brown has to fire and buries it.
To try to get one with Jaylen Brown knocking down a big one.
Embiid, and he goes through the contender deal where he has really provided a pop defensively and with his. Embiid's going to always hear it here in Boston.
I'm tired of losing to him.
5 minutes to play in the second. Brown drive, kick, White, the hot hand. Doesn't stay that
Right at him, fresh meat.
Skip it for Pritchard, 6 to shoot on Edgecombe. Off the screen, Pritchard. Oh, the head fake, he couldn't squeeze it.
Celtics are already back in this game and have momentum.
That was a dangerous pass. Gonzalez included the 2023 Boston series in which Tatum had 51 points in this building.
Pass forward while being in the bonus, and the Celtics are saying, you know what, we're going to keep your main guys in action.
His defensive rebounding was arguably the best of his career since coming back from the Achilles.
And also leading this team in assists as well.
Double watch. Now it's Brown on Barlow. Wants to go to work. Brown spin. Brown scores. Maxey in the paint. The open man is Edgecombe. Can't hit on that 3 to work with for White. Spin on Barlow. White all the way to the rim. Couldn't get it to go with the right.
Got numbers.
Grimes. Oh, the fake. Grimes. Wild attempt. No. Embiid the board and finish. Point trail by 15. They have gotten this thing rolling in Game 7.
The bargain, yeah, he's doing just that right now.
And so the other thing Joe Mazzulla said before Game 6 is he told Derek if we were going to go round out the 5.
That's in help. And trying to guard Embiid.
And that's not going to work, but he does get the miss from Embiid.
That's a fortunate miss.
Hauser, 3-ball. Money!
We're coming off a transition or multiple passes.
Embiid lost it. Grimes did it. Oh, he went for the body. And White comes up with a block. 7 to shoot. Outside George. He's going to have to let it fly. And he finds the bottom.
54% in this series. That's a huge 3.
Gonzalez looking for the answer. Not there. Shireman the offensive rebound. Gonzalez the cut to Embiid, and he's fouled. And the line for the first time, 7th and 8th attempts of this first half for the Boston Celtics. It himself is currently at 13. DraftKings, the #1 sports book for live betting. To get in on the action, download the app and use promo off the bench for Boston, which is the best on the
2. He hasn't played a lot of minutes in this series.
He's fantastic guarding Joel Embiid in the post. And that's going to go the other. Has some blood potentially on his left wrist, bottom of the hand. Meanwhile, if he had been called for a defense. Brown looking to drive. Cross on George. Brown gets to the rim, but he can't finish. And Embiid is...
Band-Aid's not going to stay right there. Not on the palm of your hand.
Maybe a full bandage. 7 format since it began in 2003 in the first round. That year, the Detroit Pistons, the top seed, came back from 3-1 down on the... Embiid missing on that second. Oh, Keita to the rack. Bounce it. Embiid right into Keita. Maxey on the outside. Edge come in the corner. Can't hit the three. Closer. That'll be a sigh of relief. No. Oh, Keita, number 3. Starting to pile up in this second quarter. 2 more coming in the second for Philly.
Time for them to get out.
Back-to-back get out.
I love when they're out because we get better food at halftime.
Oh, good point. We're
going right back.
I'm trying to...
White with Garza back out there. Will rise and hit the 3.
They'll get the shots. They've got to knock him down.
19 for White. Maxey a blur to the bucket. Had it. Now Maxey. Embiid going right at Garza with 7. 2 on the ball, and that's going to get themselves back into it, get the crowd involved. Embiid, jab, jumper, no.
2 for 1 if they want.
And they'll go for it. It's Brown. Oh! A shot. Maxey on Hauser. Maxey, step away, got it for 2. Up here, it's Brown with 4, up ahead, White with 3, drive with 2, White in traffic, got it back, trying to put it over the backboard. Hayden Pritchard is also going to be out there, who came off the bench in his normal 6-man role. Now Keita's going right at Embiid. Couple of fakes, and Keita finds the ball. Keita had 3, and Luka Garza had 2. 3 fouls against Hugo Gonzalez as well, who provided real energy. Edge comes, fearless. Brown curls, stops, feeds for White. Had a big first half. Can't pick up where he left off. Keita nearly had the rebound, and then a whistle going the other.
That was interesting, right? But he said, we got to score. And that's what he said changed the momentum in the second quarter. He felt like his team got out transition.
Like the pressure of this Game 7 shifted once Tatum went out. He felt like his guys were going to come out and play free. They did in the second, looking to push this back to double figures. Step away, Embiid in rhythm. Can't hit that. Garza's had a couple of big games through the regular season, including a 27-point double-double in the final game. It's Garza, and that's going to be number 3.
The settling of 3s. Like, I know they want a chance, like Chuck 3.
That's what got him back in the game, though. Getting in between, getting to the basket, and now they're doing silly fouls while not getting stops.
Philadelphia lead on an 8-0 sprint to begin the third. Meanwhile, we've seen the second half be an issue over the last 2 games for Boston. Got pummeled in the 4th quarter in Game 5 as Brown gets the contact. Mention it if Tyrese Maxey could get into the half with just the 2 fouls would be important. Well, he just picked up number 3. Not even 3 minutes. Tyrese Maxey 6 of 9 from the floor. Brown now up to 16 points. Embiid mismatch.
Too easy. And there's
10 to shoot. Edge come on the switch. Brown on the drive. And the float. Maxey in the front court. Will let it fly. And on the weak side rebound of Sharman.
Boston needs to get that energy they had to end the second quarter.
Pritchard.
for Jaylen Brown trying to go against the bigger. Here's the block.
He got it on it. Lost him. Now it's Sharman with 5 to shoot. Will float it up. Too strong. And Embiid has his 8th rebound. Taken right back by Sharman. White hesitates. Fires.
Hesitation did him in. If he
has pulled off. Still up to 19 points, though, in 26 minutes. That one doesn't. Edgecombe has accepted the responsibility after Oubre got in foul trouble. Step away, Sharman.
Oh, no.
Knocked away by White. Meanwhile, Hugo Gonzalez back on the floor for Boston. Embiid back down on Jaylen Brown. Double, kick, extra, Maxey, 3-ball.
B.
Brown drive and kick. Sharman can't respond. Cross on Oubre. Drive on. And another offensive rebound for Sharman. Brown will try. And connect.
With good threes.
Look at Brown.
Oh, we're in the park. We're in the park.
And Embiid wins.
Barkley right back at him.
Brown going to take advantage. And he does draw the. Embiid is gassed. Let's not forget, he had his appendectomy on April 10th. just about 3 weeks, Nikola Vucevic in this game. He has, to this point, averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds in the series. Brown getting the MVP to Chicago. Brought in Vucevic, believing he could be the
Now you got the rookie on
Porzingis, and another foul's going to be called against Ball.
And B said, I'm going right down there to the block. Do something about it. Brown said, you come guard me and let's see what's what.
Face the New York Knicks, Game 1 Monday. Embiid with 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6. Boston, Joe Mazzulla has had to tinker, make the adjustments on the fly with no chance. Tries to will this team to round number 2.
But let them talk. Like they're not about to fight. They're just competing for their teams. Let them talk.
Roared back from 15 down to take a 1-point lead in the second. Here's Brown on the outside. Now,
No, I don't.
Maxey floats it. No. Embiid the follow. Now it's Brown against George. George picked up. Brown gets it back with 10 to shoot. On the attack. Right at Embiid. And he's Embiid trailing the play. Grimes, fake, feed, Edgecombe. No! Might have been knocked away on the inside. Here comes Pritchard. And Edgecombe feeling the effects.
Celtics got to strike early.
Gonzalez.
From 3.
And it's been the issue all series in the losses.
Yes.
Goodness. In rhythm for Max.
13-point Philly lead. Deep one. Hauser goes down. Game 7. Philadelphia looking to come back from a 3-1 deficit for the first time in franchise history. Edgecombe on the pull. Tatum back in the game with a 4 fouls. Pritchard, step away. Doesn't go. George. 10 points for Paul George on his 36th birthday. Creates the space and knocks down the lead.
That's vintage.
White driving kick. Sherman's answer. Not there.
He's been way off. And he's had some looks from those corner threes.
Celtics 10 of 33 from downtown. Maxey gets into the paint and puts 2 more on the board.
And they're doing all of it, which allows them to go through runs where they miss shots.
Billy, Grimes the spin, kick, Drummond. Oh, the fake from Edgecombe, and he cans the.
And to me, it's been all the Sixers ball movement.
And with a score of 29 to 16. White can't hit there. Hauser flies in for the offensive.
By Hauser, the Celtics are going to have to make it ugly. They have to dig deep.
Maxey's got 27 and 7. It's George. Not that. And they find consistent offense. That's what Joe Mazzulla said will help their defense. Not their throws.
More with the clock stop. I'm not sure this is the way to go today, at least.
Well, there is no tomorrow.
Brown's trying. And he stops for 2.
There you come out firing.
Uh-oh, is that delay a game? Because that's going to be a
That's the second one. That's the second one. Let's see points. Let's get it to the 8-minute mark down 7. And let's just chip away at it.
Especially with the firepower.
Yeah, to keep fighting.
We saw them get the crowd involved in the second quarter. They've been silent in this third. Edgecombe again. Another rookie. 3rd overall pick out of Baylor is ballin'. Brown wanted the foul. Instead of 5-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Maxey, 4 to shoot. Grimes, 2 to shoot. Whoa! And there it is, the exact story that you're referring to. This is the series before tonight in wins, 10 of 22 from 3 in losses.
That he's not available. He went back to the locker room for less than 5 minutes, came out with a heat pack on. But you mentioned that timeout. The second timeout, he ran out and greeted his teammates. So he's on the bench right now.
And Derek White's going to finish the third. Philly is looking to exercise a number of demons. That includes Embiid in Game 7, who can't get the finish, and Tatum rips away the rebound. So Embiid back on the floor to start the 4th.
This is what Boston has to do. Get the ball up quick. Those are, even though
Embiid, Maxey, Grimes, Edgecombe, and Oubre are the 5. Kata's been in foul trouble all night. Oh, what a bounce to Edgecombe. But he can't hit that time.
strike early, strike fast if you're the Celtics before their defense can set up.
Hauser. Kaboom.
To start this 4th.
The zone is what's
match up with White. White got the strip. Embiid got it back. 4 to shoot. Embiid's going to have to put it up. And then again, it's White with a strip. In transition. White will take and finish.
This is the run right here.
Oh, the cut from Oubre, and he's fouled.
When the Celtics are at their best.
That's just the second basket by White in this second half.
Making sure that his guys are all square. This is the group that you would have expected to see early in this game. Remember Gonzalez when he's been in there, energy, and we'll see if they can find enough scoring. Hauser again. Way off on
Their job in this second half on the offensive glass.
And look at the zone. The ball's in front of them.
Edge come off for Boston. Trying to get it to Brown and a foul, and it's Max.
On the floor for Philly as well, the way he has shot the ball in this series.
Looking for Brown. Good position on Oubre. Through the country. A 9-2 start for Boston. Final game between the 4 and 5 seeds in the East. Coverage is going to start tomorrow at 7 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Mike Tirico.
They're showing a man and a half. His man another half, man.
Brown and a blocking foul on Joel. Reacts here. Free throw line for one with the ball. Take a listen for when the whistle. Chance to get it to 7. Pritchard up to 10 off the bench. 10 to shoot. Off the screen. White on the attack. Into Oubre. Bounce it for Keita, and he gets the cut.
Had to be, right?
It was a something. Keita,
Blue Bloods of the NBA.
it's a 13-4 start to the quarter for Boston, and
Look how low Jaylen Brown is. Nice deflection there by Pritchard.
3 to shoot. And B, that's a tough one. And he doesn't get the roll.
Transition 3 would be big here.
Brown. Outside, White thought about it. Half the shot clock gone now for Brown. The screen created space. Brown got the contact and
Defensive run to allow them to get back in this game.
Also, too, they're not settling. No, 3. And back to the matchup zone here.
Embiid will load it up and knock it.
Bucket.
White attacks. Double comes. Has to get rid of it. Or does he? And it knocked away White. So that's going to be the 3rd team foul on Boston. Already 14 in the first half. Took a lead in the second quarter. Down by 18 here in the second half. They're within 2 possessions. Embiid had it blocked by Brown. Brown off the screen. Bouncing. Keita pumped. Embiid got the poke. Keita got it back. 7 to shoot. Spin. Oh, Keita feeling it. Doesn't get the roll. 7. Embiid just hit one from the outside. They'll hand it for George. Bounce it. Embiid will try again. Now approaching the midway point of the 4th quarter in Game 7. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Brown just traveled.
Yeah. Man to man now. They feel like their zone has got them back in the game. Now they can match back up.
George, turn around.
Well, they're getting the stops.
Yep.
Question is, offensively here.
It's Brown on the attack, in traffic, outside Hauser, extra for White, pump, 3 ball, money!
Right now, let's see what Maxey does.
You got Derek White guarding you, Joel Embiid. Get in the post.
Maxey attacks, Maxey, no! Tyler Ford said, not so fast. We saw the finger. He was too late. Challenge had already been in.
They can really take advantage with Embiid to make Boston make a decision. Boston can get downhill to generate some threes as well.
5 minutes remaining here in Game 7. It's a 1-possession game. Brown going right at Maxey. Couple of pumps. Again through the contact. Again.
Show here for the Celtics. Pritchard, White, somebody.
Embiid against Brown. And a So Embiid back to the line. 32 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists.
And at least if he's in the post mid-range area, it's a jumper beating you instead of him getting layup from foul.
23rd career playoff. 3-point game. 1 possession, under 5 to play. Clutch time in Game 7 between 2 of the oldest rivals in the NBA. White can't tie the game. Come. Now it's George. Maxey on the run. 4 to shoot. Maxey off the screen. 2 to shoot. Maxey sneaks by, but he couldn't finish. Bounce inside. It's Brown on the post up against Oubre. Double from Embiid. Outside for White. He'll load it up. Too strong. Rebound.
Has been great in this 4th quarter. So active.
Still getting clarification on that last challenge. as Cato will go to the free throw line. Shot at 70% during the regular season. Raptors and Cavaliers in Cleveland. Tips off at 7:42 Eastern. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the replay center. Touching a net in it by itself is not a violation, which is successful challenge. And Embiid can quarter.
Great position right there by Embiid. Great defense by Brown. Just missed the shot.
Brown, three.
You got Jaylen Brown guarding the bigger Embiid again.
Maxey with 22. Embiid from the corner. Brown pulls up. Winner. Maxey with 8 to shoot. Looking for George. Posting on White. Spin. George. 5 on 4 the other way. Brown the drive. Pritchard, 3.
You could just feel the tension right now on every possession. Not knowing where to go. They put Cato in pick and roll.
Maxey, a blue to the bucket for 2.
That's the matchup he wants with Maxey here.
4 to shoot. Brown, a fend off. He went right into Embiid. 2 possessions.
Look at the speed here by Maxey. My goodness.
Oubre right back to him. Maxey again to the left.
Here, Austin has to get a basket.
White in the lane. 1 minute to play at TD Garden. Hauser, tough 3.
Pick and roll. They're going zone to keep Maxey out the paint.
He's looking for the final nail. Maxey cross. Bumped by Pritchard. Maxey step away. No.
Gotta go quick.
Brown will pull. Way off. Rebound. Back to Brown. White on the outside. No good.
And again, the three-point shooting has let the Celtics.
Sharman back on the floor to inbound with Hauser, White, Pritchard, and Brown. Boston's going to have to work fast. In for Hauser, over Barlow. Comes up time since 1982.
What it
Done up after the game.
out the services of that man, Jason Tatum, here in Game 7.
Series. In for Pritchard with 14 seconds left. Pritchard will drive on Barlow, and he'll finish inside with Tacombe gets it in, and is fouled. The Jazz and the Clippers, and it's the 76ers who will add their...
Never live that down, right? Like it always sticks with you.
3-1 in a playoff series until tonight. Final 5 seconds, Pritchard's 3 off the mark. And round, 109-100 your final.
Good night, everybody. Please.